Welcome to everyone today to our University of Roehampton, London Online Project Management webinar. People are joining us from all over the world, from Zurich to Zaire, and we welcome you all today for giving up your time. And we have an excellent jam-packed session today where we get to meet Professor Stukalo, Professor Natalie Stukalo, and she's a Dean of the International Economics Faculty at Dnipropetrovsk National University. I'll try to perfect saying that over the next course of the 45 minutes. And let's go straight in and look at the discussion questions and what we're going to talk about with Natalia today. First, of course, we're going to meet our faculty member, find out a bit about the background from Natalia. She's a renowned academic and an editor of quite a few journals. We're going to discuss that. We're going to look at the MBA or the MPM. A lot of prospective students looking at both programs and kind of want to know, what are the applicable skills that each program brings, and, what type of student is appropriate in terms of professional career for what program, and Natalia is going to discuss that a bit. We'll look at the project manager's landscape for those that already know they want to do a project management certification or master's. We're going to look at the landscape in comparison to short courses that are offered, and, what a project management master's actually brings you today. Of course, we're going to be very proud to discuss our own program, the University of Roehampton Online Masters in Science of Project Management, the way our modules are designed, our accreditation, and also a bit about research projects, which Natalia is a manager, supervisor of management research projects, and then some practical information on your application process. And best of all, a live Q&A session at the end, and you'll see we have Hugo in the back end taking your questions. We're also asking you to give us your job title and the proudest achievement of your professional career. That's your job title and the proudest achievements of your professional career, and it's really important that you get out what you put in and get to know each other a bit. So without any further ado, let's meet our wonderful guest today, Natalia Stukalo, PhD. Hi, Natalia.
Hi, Joe. Hi, everybody.
Can you tell us a bit about your background in terms of, your academic background and the work that you're doing with the journals?
So as Joe has already said, I'm a Management Research Project Academic Manager of online program of the University of Roehampton, and I'm with URI since 2011, and I'm also involved in some other roles within our program, like research method faculty, supervisor, mentor, moderator, and I also teach such modules as financial performance management and organization and business environment. So I'm a PhD and Doctor of Science, and my PhD thesis was in the field of international financial management. Mainly, I live and work in Ukraine, but I have conducted research projects all over the world, and I had study tours to different universities all over the world, like Harvard University, University of Amsterdam, Catholic University of Leuven, University of Warsaw. So, and I welcome everybody to ask any questions, and I will be happy to address all of them, and hope presentation will cover some questions from you as well.
Of course. I mean, your research interest, financial globalization's influence on national economies. I mean, with the price of oil and the dropping, Chinese currency and in and out of recession, you must be in quite high demand. You can't be short of ideas at the moment as the editor of an economics journal. Hey, Natalia?
Yes, exactly. And the global financial crisis is my major research topic. Yes,
exactly. We have a lovely quote here from you. It says, I'm excited to be teaching with the University of Roehampton Online because it's fascinating, inspiring, eye-opening process. It's a great opportunity to work as part of a multinational team, learn from colleagues and students to communicate with people from different cultural backgrounds, and it motivates my ongoing professional development. I'd just like you to speak a bit about this in terms of your experience being an online faculty member at Roehampton, which is a bit different from campus. What are the kind of students that you meet on the course and the backgrounds that they have?
And actually our environment, our online environment is unique as soon as we meet professionals among both colleagues and students, and they come from various countries all over the world, and we all are from different cultural backgrounds. So our students and we make contacts all over the world, and we have opportunity to learn from each other, to broaden our own picture of the world, and to understand different management and business approaches, to learn from each other experience, and to compare and discuss these different approaches. And it's great because in one single meeting, in one particular module in our program, you can communicate to professionals and colleagues from Africa, Asia, Europe, North America, and we teach and learn at the same time, actually.
And I mean, that's great, and that's really what Natalia is touching upon there is the collaborative learning model that we have, which is very, very different from maybe the traditional learning model that prospective students might be used to in their academic study. And in terms of the students that you meet on the course, we've got a little taster already, Natalia, for students coming back to us with their achievements and their job position. We have a prospective student from Saudi Arabia. I have a degree in commerce and further have part qualification in ACCA. I know that the ACCA is a very hard qualification to get. My wife and friends are studying for their ACCA at the moment. A great achievement. I started my career as a professional in Salesforce and marketing in 2008. We have someone from Nigeria who works a quasi-financial organization as a procurement manager. So I mean, Natalia, I'm sure you're used to these kind of positions, people in on your program and on your course as well, and you must meet these guys. Natalia, we wanted to discuss the two big heavy-hitting programs, management programs that are out there, in the world, the MPA and the MPM. A lot of our prospective students may be looking at both. What are the key differentiators, and can you, bust some of the myths surrounding these programs and who they're suitable for?
University of Roehampton Ally program offers different management degrees considering the packed business industries call for different kinds of leadership skills. And actually, I don't deny MBA is actual and popular degree, but it's not always the best choice for every individual and for every career path. And not only MBA is excellent for preparing students for high-level managerial roles. Project management is advanced degree, and it is in demand now. So let me just give you some examples how they differ, MBA and project management. So MBA designed to teach about strategy at the top level and to develop an understanding how decision making supports the overall strategy of an organization. On the other hand, project management teaches how to execute within the environment in which these decisions are made. And MBA students learn how a company makes decisions, how each area like finance or marketing functions, and how these areas relate to one another. Project managers also study this, but from a slightly different perspective through the lens of how execute projects across each of these functional areas. And MBA is a broader general business education than project management, and it aims to provide general management competency. And MPM emphasizes project administration and activities relating to the temporary nature of business.
Okay, that's a very well-rounded view. I mean, the MBA being maybe the more holistic, higher level overview, and the MPM drilling down into specific management projects and all that's associated with that. So our prospective students have learned about the MPA, Natalia, and the MPM, and they understand now. Yes, it is the MPM that I want to do, or it's certainly project management that I want to get into. What is, the professional application for a master's in project management, and what's the current landscape for professionals? And in terms of comparison to the certification courses that all of us are used to, the Lean, Sigma 6, the Prince 2, the Agile, the Scrum, and where does the project management master's sit in between all of those?
Let's start from the difference between certified courses and the project management degree. So certified course is recognition of one's completion of one single course which is typically specialized in a single skill or industry area. Certified courses are very specialized to a particular field and have very little, if they have any, academic coursework and don't lead to degree. But we are talking about master degree, which builds core competencies important for executing and delivering projects, and it encourages our students to engage on their skills such as creative and critical thinking, intuition, empathy, planning skills, organizing, coordinating complex ventures, and project management focuses on aspects of business that are temporary in nature. So successful project managers should be very flexible and see the big picture and to be able to lead projects and deal with all this house. So to sum up, the project manager should have the essential knowledge and key skills required to drive projects from the concept to conclusion, and have communication, people, and planning skills, and have in-depth understanding of the key resources that go into successful project management. So our MPM program is designed to address all these issues.
Well, that's great, and what we'll do is we'll discuss, the module design as well, and go into a bit of a deeper dive. In terms of career opportunities, obviously it's appropriate for project managers and those that are looking to become project managers. But are there any other type of jobs out there that a project management master's would be suitable for? I mean, maybe program managers or other types of positions.
Yes, actually, it's management degree, so yes, they are eligible for all different managerial roles.
Okay, so you talked about executing and delivering projects, complex ventures and temporary, flexible scenarios, and that's really the project manager has to remain agile, which is as you know, another certification in itself. In terms of building sustainable projects, we have a quote from you here. The pressure on companies to broaden their reporting and accountability from economic performance for shareholders to sustainability performance for all stakeholders is leading to a change of mindset in consumer behavior and corporate policies. Now, how does our course help build sustainable projects, and what's the difference between the masters and maybe something else in terms of building a sustainable project for your organization? So
recently the concept of sustainability has grown in importance, and project management professionals is the group that will be faced with an increasing demand for demonstrating sustainability in their work. So sustainability relates to multiple perspectives: economical, environmental, and social, but it also responsibility and values in terms of ethics, fairness, and equality, and modern organizations and companies are moving towards sustainability, and this influences the projects they undertake and the way they execute their projects. So project management managers should take responsibility for integrating sustainability into their work and for contributing to sustainable development by organizations and businesses, and they should be specialists in sustainable change, which involves professional autonomy, professional responsibility, ethical behavior, and actually our modules are designed to address these issues and consider concept of sustainability in the way organizations execute.
Yes, so it's more than just a list of a how-to. It's really developing a sustainable and ethical mindset, and looking at the reading out there and developing your opinion, as well as drawing from the experience of those in your class that might have different ethics and opinions based on where they're based in the professions that they're in. You touched upon our module design. Really looking forward to discussing what we do at the University of Roehampton online in terms of how we prepare future project managers for the professional landscape that you were describing before. In terms of module design, can you just touch upon how we've built our program at the University of Roehampton online, and how that suits suits people today?
As I've already mentioned, our models are designed to address all major challenges our students face and to provide them with knowledge and skills to become successful project managers. And each regular module includes 6 2-week-long units, and each unit is devoted to a specific topic, and it addresses the key topics related to the model. Our students have 2 weeks to review materials, to contribute to the shared activities, to develop one of the component of the final project. So these 2 weeks make one unit. And at the end of each unit, our students get formative feedback from their faculty member, and they are expected to utilize the feedback in order to improve the final project. And at the end of the module, students submit final project, which is assessed. And what is interesting in our program, and we consider it to be very useful for our students and for development their skills, we have final project part 2, which is actually personal and professional development plan, and it allows our students to formulate and set professional development goals and assess our professional achievements and reflect on our performance. So let me just give you an example of one of the models. So let's take the model managing projects as a key model in this program. This model approaches project management from a perspective that will allow our students to learn the process of managing projects from start to finish, and it examines what project really is and the environments and people who impact project. It also explores the project life cycle and walks through the steps of a project from conception to the closure. And this perspective will allow our students to gain the maximum amount of knowledge from this model to be ready to apply it in the right way. And as for final project within this module, students complete individual assignments and shared activities and submit a final project which consists of 3 elements, like a business case presentation, critique of 2 project management planning tools, and critical review of current debate in the project management literature. So in addition, and as I have already mentioned, in addition to the final project, students review and update personal and professional development plan by adding at least one new goal connected to the learning in this model.
Thank you. So, I mean, you're really outlining, this cradle-to-grave approach, looking at a project from the conception onwards, looking at all the interdependencies and, very holistic approach. And this kind of thoroughness is really is what you get with the full master's in project management and the full higher education diploma. Shared activities was something that you mentioned there as well, Natalia. It's a very interesting subject because shared activities is kind of a different way to learn and to study and be evaluated. Can you describe a bit about the collaborative learning model in comparison to what we see here, the classroom, where you just sit in the class and pass your work to your instructor?
Yes, you're right. It's very interesting and really collaborative activities because, we have discussion board where students contribute and they can discuss and can reflect upon each other's point of views and share experience and. So our students in each learning unit have discussion topic and discussion question, and then contribute with the initial replies and then follow on thoughts. So it's really interesting and very useful.
It's just about passing an idea, I suppose, around the world and building upon that, which is a nice opportunity. Accreditation at the University of Roehampton. Obviously, we have an accredited program. How important is it to have accreditation as opposed to not having an accredited degree?
It is important when choosing a program that the university and institution has a good reputation, and accreditation is like form of this recognition, and we are very proud and happy to have the recognized APM accreditation. So APM is Association for Project Management, and University of Roehampton Online MPM program is accredited by this association. And APM academic accreditation assesses programs to help students and professionals choose the best education in support of their project management career. And academic accreditation means that this program is aligned to the APM body of knowledge and recognizes the APM standards. It offers clear, visible, and joined-up career progression opportunities and supports APM dimensions of professionalism. And actually, the value of the APM accreditation means that confidence to all stakeholders in developing project professionals, and academic accreditation helps students and professionals to choose the best academic education in support of their professional project management career. And usually professionals seeking the best training and development support for their project management qualifications, and will choose APM accredited providers. And our program has had our course materials assessed to meet APM standards, and the University of Roehampton is included into the table of the APM accredited providers on the official website of APM.
Right. I mean, I think that's it. It's a rubber stamp, and we have to uphold certain standards in order to have these accreditations. So Natalia said it really is about looking for a course with a good reputation, and we are very proud to have that accreditation as well. So thank you very much for that, Natalia. Our last topic before we move on to our open Q&A, and remember everyone out there to ask your questions to Natalia. Management research project guidelines and examples. You're the supervisor of management research projects, which is like the big dissertation that you do at the end. Can you just outline a bit about your role and some of the projects that you've come across in your role as the supervisor of this work?
So MRP, we call it MRP, it's Management Research Project. And it is 26 weeks long module or research project, and it provides students the opportunity to integrate the prior learning from the program and apply analytical and conceptual tools and personal skills to in-depth investigation of the specific management problem. Actually we have raising amount of MRPs related to the project management issues, and I just can give you a couple of examples of recently submitted MRPs, topics like managing successful project and analysis of the critical success factors, and especially with specific focus on the case analysis. And another example is organization project management practice, a case study of private organization in particular country, or the influence of clinical leadership on project outcomes. So you can see all these topics come from different fields and industries, but all they are about project management issues. And what is interesting, our students formulate their MRPs considering personal motivation and career needs and professional development needs. And our students get clear perspective and understanding of research-based decision-making.
I think what you're touching upon there as well is how we nurture practitioners on our course. And relate that theory directly back to application in our students' organizations and businesses, whether that be in the private or the public sector, whether that be in education, oil and gas, healthcare, could be any industry, just as Natalia said. So thank you for that. And this is the big piece of work that comes at the end when you've finished all of your modules. So we've reached that time of the presentation, Natalia, which is a lovely opportunity for our guests. They've been typing away questions to Hugo, and we've got some of the questions today to ask you. We're just what we believe in is the unedited voice of our students, so we're just going to ask those questions directly and try to tackle them on the spot and see what kind of answers we can come up with. Anything that we can't answer today, we'll follow up with your enrollment advisor. So we'll try to get round to as many of you as possible. So Natalia, we have one here. In your opinion, who do you think will or should be considered above the other if an MPM holder and a PMP holder applies for a job? Second question. That's an interesting one actually. So I'm going to a job interview, and my twin brother, who has very similar personality to me, he's got a PMP and I've got an MPM. Now, we both like to talk and want to impress, but we both have different qualifications. Assuming we have a similar work background, who's getting the job, Natalia? Or is that just is that a crazy question?
Well, it depends. Of course, it depends on the employer. And actually, usually project managers, they have skills which I counted previously and mentioned previously, and this degree can help to grab an employee's eye and bring to the top, because in global markets it's very important to know specific and have specific skills how to manage projects, and we talked about sustainable projects, and so of course, situation depends, and it's hard to give direct answer on to this question. But it depends on the individual and on the personal attitude and the personal skills and characteristics.
Of course, and I don't think the PMP is a master's degree, is it? It's just it's a qualification. Is the PMP a master's as well, or is it just the certification, Natalia?
It's a certification, yeah.
Yeah. So I mean, there is.
We talk about it, yeah.
There is the obvious, comparison that one is a master's degree, and simply if we take out the program, one is a master's qualification, and that brings with it a whole nother set of plus points in terms of going through the higher education. Also, it's a long course. It's what we call these executive master's courses, and that requires a lot of self-discipline, normally suitable for professionals and maybe a bit older. And as Natalia said, this is a global classroom. University of Roehampton Online has one of the largest online student communities for any UK institution. So, in terms of doing the masters, it's also about access to that network of professionals globally around the world, and just as Dr. Stukalo said, it's really about what suits you in what career. So I have another question. I'd like to define my career path, but currently I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. That's very interesting. So for that, I'm thinking I'd like to do a master's in project management. Do you think that's a good option to support my career goals and give me more career options?
I think that actually it seems to me I answered this question in my in the presentation, and actually MPM helps you to get skills which such as creative thinking and critical thinking, and skills which relate to planning and organizing different ventures, and to follow the project and to manage the projects from the very beginning to the very end. So, actually, it's excellent. It's an excellent degree for project management career and professional development in this regard.
Okay, well, thank you very much. And, another clarification needed, something we touched upon earlier, but we did cover a lot of things, Natalia. Just a quick question. I think we know the answer to this one. Is this really a certification course or a graduate degree program? I think we really need to...
Degree program,
it's
yes.
A graduate degree program.
Degree program, yes.
Okay.
We will have next week, we will have the graduation at the University of Roehampton, so we are proud to have our graduate there.
Of course, thank you very much for mentioning that. It's one of our first graduation ceremonies at the University of Roehampton, and we get to graduate on campus, which is really fantastic opportunities for students around the world.
And it's great opportunity to get together and to meet our online students and to participate in this graduation ceremony. So we will be happy to meet.
Exactly. Thank you very much. Just another quick question that's come in. We saw the management research project in detail. How does the consultancy project work?
Well, actually, we have only by this moment we have only management research projects. So we don't divide them. So we have the management research project, and students are expected to complete at the end of the program. The students are expected to complete management research project. Okay.
Thank you for clarifying that. I'm outside the UK. However, do you have an idea of the kind of success rate for international students with your MPM accreditation? Do you hear back from alumni in terms of where they've progressed, or what the course has brought them?
Well, actually, yes, APM accreditation is important, and University of Roehampton, well-known university and with a good reputation. So, yes, this MPA accreditation works for. Well, actually, we have a lot of international students, and all of them come from all countries of the world. So. Yes, I confirm that it works for all countries of the world.
Yeah, thank you very, very, very much. So we don't want to hold people too long here today. We've had an opportunity to really go half an hour into the course and into the program, but there's some practical issues to cover. There's a term start coming up in March, and it's time to get in order and into the application process. So many prospective students are in the inquiry stage at the moment, sending off their CV, their academic certificates, and speaking to an enrollment consultant, and that's really important so you can make the right choice, and this webinar hopefully is helping you make those choices as well. There's the application process as well, and we're going to have our application webinar coming up with our enrollment consultant Elizabeth in the next couple of weeks, so please tune into that. And we're also going to have a webinar on innovation, which is another speciality that Natalia has in terms of building innovation within organizations and projects. We have another guest speaker, Nordin Shabadin, who's a renowned thought leader who's going to discuss innovation, so make sure you look out for that. And then, once you've completed your application, you've been let in, you'll get also access to our 2-week preparation module, which mirrors the actual classroom, so that's very important to speak to your enrollment consultant about that. And then join InspireNet, which is our online community for students. So it's a couple of steps that we all have to keep in mind for. March isn't very far away, so it's quite important. In terms of support, many students will want to go through this with a friend or someone from their work, their colleagues. We're very, very proud of our referral program at Roehampton. 1 in 5 of our students on the program is referred by a friend, and for us, we couldn't be prouder that the word of mouth about University of Roehampton Online is spreading with such great gusto. So please take advantage of this. If you want to go through it with someone else and save $1,000 on your module fees, it all counts towards the final learnings. Natalia, I'd like to thank you very, very much for today.
Thank you, Drew.
And for your time. It really, is a pleasure and a privilege to have you here. I'd just like to ask, you for one last piece of advice. What is the key takeaway that someone should be considering when they're looking to take a project management master's, and what's the key thing that that a project management master's delivers?
So this program, MPM program, is for open-minded, ambitious, and proactive students who is interested in becoming a project manager, a career that's held up well during the recession. And project managers are more in demand now than even before, and companies work hard to understand their future and optimize existing projects and performance. So that's why our business school now offers a master's degree in project management and creating degree professionals with the skills to make projects work. So thank you, Joe. Thanks everybody for joining this session and for questions. And it was my pleasure to participate in this webinar.
Well, thank you very much, Natalie. You said it better than I can. We'll see you all in class, and thank you everyone for your participation today. Please visit us online. Thank you.
Thank you.